document, conduct public hearing, and make sure it is consistent with national priorities, and come up with a document that will now drive the economy for the year under review, 2024. More importantly, the president was able to capture very copiously the issue of national security, human capacity development, particularly the youths, the teeming youths, young men and women. I think the budget will act as a stimulus package to address the current poverty line that Nigeria has fallen into, and once again recover our economy and fertilize it for even growth.
Be fresh loans, partly because some loans are maturing and they will be refinanced. And as always, you are not going to finance 27.5 trillion all with revenue. So there will be continued reliance on loans, but less so. The important thing is that the size of the deficit, the size of the budget that is being relied on from borrowing is down.
This important ritual that we witnessed today is very important for our democracy, right? You had the president come and present the budget proposal, and in line with our constitutional mandate, the National Assembly is going to scrutinize the budget, and we hope that we'll be able to pass it in the next few weeks. Some important points for you to note is that it came in good enough time for us to be able to carry out the necessary scrutiny ahead of it being passed before December 31st, because Mr. President has said, and we agree, that we should align it, the financial year from January to December. So we're going to have a budget that's effective before January 1st.
About 45% debt servicing. That is not bad, except that we are borrowing more. Remember last year, debt to GDP was about 6%. Now debt to GDP is about 3%. And we have a deficit financing of about 8.7 trillion. And that means that we're going to fund that from external borrowing. I mean, it's a fairly interesting budget, and it's on infrastructure development. There are 11,886 abandoned federal government mega projects in Nigeria. Is that not worrisome? If you can complete about 3 or 4 of them, like Ajaokuta, then you retain your earning, and that will reduce pressure on the foreign exchange, and that will be very nice.
It shows that for the first time, we are having a paradigm shift of what we used to have in the past to what that is new. And we want to believe that this is a trend that will continue into a foreseeable future for the next 4 years, so that Nigeria can witness for the first time a government who have lessened its borrowing and also taking up its capital expenditure. So I believe it's a right step in the right direction. And I want to say that the president has also emphasized on the issue of revenue generation drive, because all that has put before us today, it's about revenue, revenue, revenue.